Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. It's time for our NHL rundown. We'll pick from all 13 games on the board. Bring our professional handicapper Steve Duncan. You'll find his pre and plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Enjoyed a great year this year over at the site. In fact, coming off a monster day today here, 339 units of profit. Also, great results this year from the NBA. Wow. 1,751 units of profit. We'll bring in Steve right now. Ready to roll here with our coverage from NHL. Steve, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Yeah, basketball's doing extremely well right now. Hockey's a little difficult to cap right now, but we're not doing too bad for this time of year. And I'm enjoying the games and looking forward to the playoffs, my friends. It's getting to the best time of the year for sports. But this card is going to be very interesting for sure. And as I go through it, I'm going to throw a little bit. I had some people come into my Twitter DM. If you, I like you talking to me on Twitter. Don't get me wrong. Perlo's NHL POW, PEARLO NHL POW is my Twitter. I will follow you back. Don't get me wrong. And if you message me, I almost always answer back as long as you're respectful. But I had people getting mad at me because I had Minnesota on my videos, but I ended up taking Vegas during the day. And that's the reason why you got to get over to Tony's picks. These are leans at night. I've mentioned this several times. I haven't looked at everything. I haven't looked at every little analytical whatever. Although you're still making money if you're doing these videos too, because we've been hitting really well. But you really got to get over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's where the money is. All right, let's get into the card.
Let's get in the card. We roll here with the 13-game card here from the NHL here for Saturday. We begin here with Islanders and Rangers. Rangers $1.66, total 5.5.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you're paying this much juice for the over. The bookies maybe see it the way I do as well. I think a lot of people could be on the under here because the Islanders have a reputation of being an under team. However, they're going to be putting Sorokin in. The Rangers are going to be putting Shesterkin in. And here's the thing. I don't think the Rangers want to grind it. This isn't going to, I think a lot of people will think that this is going to be a playoff type atmosphere and stuff like that. The Rangers don't give a crap who they play in the first round. They don't care. They do care about beating the Islanders, though. And in the regular season, if the Islanders want to go try to get all trappy against the Rangers, go ahead. They're just going to keep on freaking coming with their offense and beating them down. They're not going to play a slow game against the Islanders. I don't believe anyways. I don't see why they would. They're at home. It's the Islanders. They got their fans cheering. They're going to try to score some goals here. I don't think they're going to play their playoff style game. So Islanders will end up chasing. They may get the first one too. If the Islanders get the first one, for sure this is over 5.5 because the Rangers aren't going to slow down. They're definitely going to want to play at even a higher pace. But I'm going to take over 5.5 and forget about the side for now. I got minus 166 when the Islanders they're playing for their playoff lives is a little tough for me to take the Rangers. Not sure I trust the Islanders so much right now, so I'll take the over.
All right, Steve Duncan. Click the link below for his best bets. We have Islanders and Rangers to go over total of 5.5 goals. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown. Guys, use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off all Steve's premium pick packages. All right, let's continue on here. We're getting ready here for the next game here on the board, and it will be Stars and Kraken. Stars 238, total of 6.
I think the Stars want to put a nice little cap on their season here. It's getting down in nitty gritty. They just lost to the Winnipeg Jets. They're going to be a little bit pissed off about that. Didn't have a great game either. At home, too. You lose a big game at home, and then you got the Kraken coming in. I don't think they want to crap the bed against Kraken. And the Kraken put up a good fight, but if the Stars are like even close to want to win this game, they will win this game. I mean, the Kraken just don't have it this year. And the Stars are absolutely insanely good this year. So I'll take the Stars on the puck line for the plus money at plus 110. Gotta get the plus money.
There you go, Steve Duncan. Click the link below for his premium picks. Kraken and Stars. The pick here will be on Stars puck line, lay the goal in half at plus the 110. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown as we're getting ready for the next game here on the board. Jets and Avalanche. Avalanche $1.55, total of 6.
That's pretty much a coin flip game here. It's going to be a grind. This will be the playoff atmosphere that could go either way as far as a total is concerned. But I mean, if I got to play a side on here, and this is what I'm giving you now, I might have a play on the total tomorrow. But it might actually be my favorite play, but I got to look at a few things. But since it's a coin flip, you always take the dog on a coin flip. I'll take the Jets plus 130.
Steve Duncan here, Jets Avalanche, likes the dog here, the Jets, plus the 130. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown as we get ready here for our next play, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. You don't want to miss any of Steve's videos. We're getting close to playoff time. Set notifications, get these plays. All right, let's continue on here. We're getting ready for the next game here on the board. Devils and Flyers. Flyers $1.22, total of 6.
This one might take a little bit. I didn't pay attention to it well enough. I love Tortorella because he always gives you angles to listen to, and you look back at what he's saying when he says what he says. Back when he said that there's guys, he was talking about how we're judging who's going to be in and who's going to be out on this team, and there's guys out there that just didn't have it, and they didn't have, so, and we're looking at who's going to be back in next year and all that kind of stuff. He said a whole bunch of stuff. In the second period, he said there was nobody that was good on the ice and stuff like that. But one of the things that he talked about is we're looking at who's going to be in and who's going to be out. When they did that, there was 2 players, especially on defense. It was a Ginning and Attard, I think is his name. They're minor league guys that they brought up to see what they could do. And I think that's who he was talking about. And those guys did not bring it at all. I remember watching that game. It was terrible. Well, they're gone now. And they brought in the regular lineup on defense. They gave them a bit of a rest. And I think this was all orchestrated to give those guys confidence. I think it was Zamula that's coming back in. Johnson, the veteran, is coming back in. They got a little rest, got a little confidence, made them feel like they're set in their spots. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant coach. Absolutely brilliant coach. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Flyers here to keep on rolling. Tortorella always does this sort of magic, and I think it keeps rolling here against the Devils.
All right, Steve Duncan here. Click the link below for his best bets. Devils, Flyers, to pick your Flyers at minus the 122. All right, let's continue here on our NHL rundown as we get ready for here the next game here on this card. It will be Senators and Panthers. The Panthers 218, total 5.5.
I think the Panthers have to do something here now. It's time to get that ball rolling to get into the playoffs. They can't go in limping. They've been limping for a while. They only got a couple of days left and a couple games left. Paul Maurice is a great motivator, and they've been playing hard all year. Like, nobody plays harder than the Panthers all year long. And I'm sure there was a bit of a dip here, but now it's time to get that ball rolling again against the Sabres. You never know what you're getting. They're a mixed bag of whatever, really. And if the Panthers come correct in this game, they easily win this game. Like, easily. as long as they're focused and wanting to win. And I really think that they probably will be. Like I said, they had a little bit of a dip before the end of the season. Just going to take a quick look here. Yeah, you had Ottawa, Columbus. It's been kind of a blah type, but I mean, they haven't done well for games at home. It's time to put it together. I think they take it in regulation here fairly easily.
All right, Steve Duncan here. Get his pre and plays over at TonySpecs.com. You'll find the link in the description. Sabres Panthers. The pick here, Panthers in regulation, minus the 130. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown. Ready for the next game here on the board. Lightning and Capitals. Lightning $1.35, total of 6.
The question is how much of the Lightning are kind of set in their spot here, and I mean they've been playing kind of balls out to get to this point, and they're getting themselves in a position that solidify a playoff position. This feels like kind of an Excel spot for Tampa, where they're going into a Washington Capitals team that are they're going to be playing as desperate can be, and I kind of feel like Tampa isn't going to want to play at that level of desperation as Washington. So I'm a little concerned about Charlie Lindgren. They've been playing him an awful lot, but when it comes right down to it, I think Washington might pull this out.
All right, Steve Duncan here with the Lightning Capitals. Pick here will be Capitals here at plus the 114. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown as we continue here on our Saturday 13 game card. I have a pick from every game on the board, and we'll continue here on with the next game here, and that one will be the Red Wings and Maple Leafs. We see here the Maple Leafs $1.80, the total 6.5. All right, let's continue here with Steve.
Oh, you put the wrong thing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Maple Leafs at home. It's a friggin' Saturday night. Again, almost like I said about Florida. I mean, the Leafs haven't really been crapping the bed or anything like that. They've actually been playing really well. But at home against this is a kind of rivalry game, and I really don't have much faith in the Red Wings now. Now I've lost. If there's one team I've lost the most money on this year, it's been the Red Wings. And so watch. I'll take the Maple Leafs now, and they'll freaking come correct. Right? It's always the way it is. But Samsonov should be in the big lights. I just feel like the Maple Leafs would be happier than crap to put the Red Wings down here. They've had a big rivalry for a long time. Aren't really a big fan of each other, nor should they be. You got Matthews going for that 70, and for that reason, I think this is also going to be an over. Not just for that reason. Neither one of these teams have a very good defense. Both of these teams have shaky goaltenders, and you're playing under the bright lights of Saturday night. So you want to come and play like pussy freaking defensive hockey against each other when really it doesn't matter who wins because, well, maybe to the Red Wings they feel it matters, but it really doesn't because they're not going to make it. And for the Maple Leafs, just play for their fans, play hard. So I'm going to take the Leafs to IR in regulation, and I'm going to go the over 6.5 here too. I don't think the Maple Leafs are going to be practicing their defense on a Saturday night.
All right, Steve Duncan. Get his pre and plays over at TonySpace.com. You'll find a link in the description. Red Wings, Maple Leafs. Pick your Maple Leafs in regulation, minus 120, and over total of 6.5 goals. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown as we get ready for the next game here on the board. Canadiens and Senators. Senators $1.62 with a total of 6.5.
I'm just hoping that these two teams want to entertain their fans here. Senators are at home. I know Martin has been preaching defense and all that kind of stuff like that, but nobody's got anything to play for here except for pride. And usually when that's the case, Brady Tkachuk takes over and causes a lot of ruckus, and the pace gets up, especially when you have two young teams like this. Um, Generally speaking, they don't try to shut each other down. So I'm going to go over 6.5 here and hope it happens, because it's going to be the only way you'll enjoy this game.
All right, there we go. Canadiens and Senators. The pick here will be over the total of 6.5 goals. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown, guys. Remember the promo code TonyT and checkout will save you 20% off all Steve's premium pick packages. Find the link in the description. Next game on the board: Bruins and Penguins. Bruins $1.35 with a total of 6.
I just don't think the Bruins are going to care about this game as much as the Penguins do. And you've got Crosby and the gang. They lost their last game. This is a pure desperation game at home on a Saturday night in front of all their fans. Now, that being said, if you remember last year, it was the last game of the year and they shit the bed against Chicago. So the Bruins are a better team than Chicago. But oddly enough, I actually think that is the better thing. It's almost, if they lose to the Bruins, it's not the end of the world. Like when they played against Chicago, they played like a bunch of bitches, because like they almost played afraid to lose rather than wanting to win. I see a Penguins team right now that's actually playing kind of with a free spirit a little bit, but actually with some belief that they can do something here. So the Bruins in this spot, coming on the road, I mean, they're pretty set in their spot up top. I don't know if they want to get into a huge battle with the Penguins here, even though they might actually play them in the playoffs. But why risk injury and all that kind of stuff like that? And that's really the difference. The Penguins will risk injury here. They'll risk it all. They're going to risk everything. And I think the Bruins are going to be like, yeah, okay, fine. If we happen to have to play in the playoffs, then we'll do that then. We don't need to do it now. So I'm going to take the Penguins at plus money.
All right, Steve Duncan. Click the link below for his best bets. Bruins and Penguins. The pick here: Bruins and Penguins. Penguins plus the 114. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL round. We'll get you a pick from all 13 games on this board with the next game up. Blue Jackets and Predators. Predators 305, total 6.5.
This is, the Blue Jackets do suck, but minus 305. The Predators don't have a lot to play for here. I still think I probably will have something on the side here. It's moved to a 6.5. It's moved to a 6.5 now. So I had the under 6. I'm going to go with the under 6.5 as well. I don't think the Predators are not the type of team to run up the score on anybody. They like to get up by a little bit, kind of make them they sort of play like a boa constrictor snake. They get up a little bit and then just choke you out until you don't want to move anymore. And from what I've seen of the Blue Jackets for the last little while, they don't want to even move to start, let alone in the middle of the game. Like they don't give a shit. This is a team that has no direction whatsoever. So I think the Predators can take them down. I'm going to have a special bet on my own that we are not able to do on Tony's picks, but I'll throw it out to you here. I'm going to take Blue Jackets team total under 2.5 as well. I think we get it at minus 130. So there, that's a little personal bet that I'm giving you. So when you make that money, like you're doing with all these free picks, even if you don't want to take my plays, do yourself a favor and just do me a favor and go over and throw like freaking $20 at one of my picks and stuff like that. If you hit, you win. If you don't, you don't. But you already made a ton of money, so you're just doing it for appreciation. That's why I give you all the picks like this, because I trust in the human spirit to give. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. All right. Let's go to
All right, Steve Duncan here. The Blue Jackets Predators now under a total of 6.5. Team total Blue Jackets under 2.5. Personal bet there from Steve. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown as we're set to go here with the next game on this card. We have the Canucks and Oilers. Oilers $1.35, total 6.5.
Oilers were saving themselves for this game. It was quite obvious they were playing a perimeter game against Arizona, and honestly, I should have saw that coming. Not that I picked the Oilers to win the game, but I did take the over in that game, and I should have saw that coming. They had no reason to play hard against Arizona when they got these two teams, like the Calgary Oilers rivalry. Like, people talk about it a lot. I'm an Oilers fan. But to tell you the honest truth, I think this Canucks-Oilers rivalry might even be worse. Might even be more of a rivalry. And same as Calgary Canucks. Everybody hates Vancouver. Everybody. And that, not just in Western Canada. I'm talking about everybody hates Vancouver. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But I think this is going to be balls out. I think that the Oilers saved their legs, and they want to come in here and not only beat the Canucks, but they want to beat the bejesus out of the Canucks offensively. They want to take out their soul, and I think the Canucks are going to be able to keep up enough that they're going to go back and forth in this game. So they're not going to allow it to happen. I don't see either one of these teams playing a defensive 1-3-1 against each other. This is going to be balls out. There's going to be a lot of penalties, so you're going to have power play goals and all that kind of stuff like that. I think on a Saturday night, especially with all the fans on national television, feels like an over to me. Over 6.5.
All right, Steve Duncan. Click the link below for his best bets. Canucks and Oilers. The pick here will be under 6.5. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown as we get set here for the next game here on the board. It will be the Ducks at Kings. Kings 345, total 5.5.
If the Ducks can't beat Calgary, they can't beat anybody. The Kings are going to ruin them, and I'll take the over.
Yeah, make it quick there with Steve there. He's convinced they're Kings here. Puck line lay the goal and a half here at minus 130 in the total. Over the total of 5.5 goals. All right, we'll continue here on our NHL rundown as we're getting ready to wrap up this card here before action on Saturday, as this will be game 13 of the 13-game card. It will be the Wild and the Sharks. The Wild 238 on the road, total 6.
It's kind of a weird spot. I think the Wild are coming off of losses. I mean, I think they just want to put a positive spin on this season, and they can beat up on the Sharks to do. It hasn't been a great year for them, but I don't know if they're going to have a letdown spot. It's actually a pretty tough call here, but I think the Sharks are just that bad. As long as the Wild are willing to outwork, and they have a coach that generally will not allow them to be outworked. I haven't seen too many times this year. They haven't had the greatest success, but I don't remember too many times where the Wild came in and just didn't have energy. They seem to have energy every single game. As long as you have energy against the Sharks, you're probably going to win more often than not by quite a bit. So we'll go Wild puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 110.
All right, Steve Duncan here. Wild Sharks to play here. Wild puck line lay the goal and a half at plus 110. All right, we got through our 13-game card here from the NHL. So now it's time to take a look over at Tony's Spectacle for this Saturday card. Of course, we got 16 games from the Major League Baseball. There's a doubleheader on the board. Also 13 here from the NHL. You can see Steve enjoying a great year in the NBA. 1,751 units of profit. Coming off a good day yesterday. Nearly 340 units of profit. All documents. You can verify those over at Steve's handicapper page. You'll find the link in the description. What do you have going over at the site?
Well, I got to keep on going with NBA. I think I got an NBA best bet. I also had the Nashville -1.5 as my best bet in hockey. So we got that again. I think I'm like 8 and uh, uh, 8-2 for my last 10 on best bets out there, and you're only coughing up like $15 to $25. If you add it all up, you're up a significant amount of money. But you got playoffs coming up. I'm seeing basketball like crazy. I don't think that's going to change come playoff time. In fact, I think it's actually going to get better. And for NHL, playoffs are my bread and butter, baby. You want to get in there for a month at least to get the first round, and then after you make all that money, you'll take another month. That's the way to go. You all like to take the $19 and $25 picks, but it only costs you like you're ending up spending like $400 or $500 when you could just go in for a week or a month, and you're saving yourself a good 150 bucks plus 20% off yet. So get yourself in there, and you can save yourself a ton of money. Not just me, but all the other cappers out there. You go down the list, these guys are making money all the time. It's one of the greatest investments you can find. I don't like the word gambling. People call this gambling, but I call gambling when you don't know what the results are going to be. When you have a long list, a long recorded record of consistently making money, you're not gambling anymore. You're investing. This is an investment. So get yourself in, make yourself some long-term investment money, have fun. Most investments are not fun at all. You don't even understand what the banker is saying, and you're not getting the same return that you are here. But you get to watch sports and make money doing it. So, it's freaking awesome. It's the reason why I do it. Get yourself in, have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy the games out there, everybody. Enjoy the games.
All right, guys. I'm over Steve Duncan over at TonySpix.com. You see a great record here from Steve over the last 30 days in NBA. 1,750 units of profit. Last 7 days showing great profit in NHL. 244 units of profit. 169 NBA. But that NHL doing great the last 7 days. So no better time now to get on board with Steve Duncan over at TonySpix.com. Click the link in the description. Land on this page and go ahead and get signed up. You see a 3-day pass, 7-day, 30-day pass. You get all of his screenplays for that time period. Just like when you go to his handicap page, make that purchase. Man, that 1 month pass will get you through May 11th. A lot of postseason action, both the NBA and NHL, all the baseball in there, and we'll save you some money when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Access Steve's page again. Click the link in the description. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, Steve. As always, great having a show. See your success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow night, everybody. Have a great time.
You got it for Steve. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you tomorrow.